Hi everyone! I'm starting this YouTube channel because I just bought this book and I think it would be so fun to film videos about it. This is The Pocket Scavenger by Keri. It's very interesting because the book asks you to look for things and then you have to do an activity with what you found. I decided to start with the first page that's about postage stamps. I have lots of those because my brother and I used to collect them in elementary school. Then I wrote where I found the stamps, what time it was, the date, and a little story of how I found them. As I said before, a cool thing about the book is that at the bottom of the page there are some prompts written upside down, so you have to turn the book and choose one randomly. I got stencil something over top, a word or a shape. So I chose my favorite stamps and then I stenciled some fun shapes over them. To decorate the background of the page, I used some blue pencil shavings, and later I glued the stamps to the page. Here I'm looking for other stamps because I thought the page was too empty. And to finish the page, I went over the text with a black pen. This is the second page and it's about the number 5. So I started drawing a big 5 in the middle of the page. For this page, I found these nice leaves with 5 points and I cut out these little 5s, but I didn't end up using them because I didn't think they worked well with my idea. This time the prompt said, add a pencil rubbing texture. I colored the number and then I wrote all of these little 5s on the page. It took so long. And I finished by attaching the leaves to the page with tape. For the third page, I had to find some paper clips, and it was easy because I have a bunch of those in my desk drawers. Then I turned the book upside down, and this time it said drip and blow ink. So I got some paint to do it. I decided to do this activity on another piece of paper and then glue it to the page because I was afraid the paint would bleed through the page and ruin everything. Then I cut some colored paper to create little sticky notes. And I glued everything to the page. Here I'm throwing some paint on the paper and blowing it with a straw. This was so much fun to do and very relaxing. To finish the page, I thought it would be cool to add some small stars using a stencil. The third and last page for today asks you to look for a feather. I was lucky because I had some feathers in my desk drawer because my mom gave them to me for Christmas when I was little. This page's prompt was turn into an adventure. I really enjoyed this prompt because it's open to creativity, so I had the idea to draw a sailboat going to an island with a treasure chest. And I thought that the feathers were perfect as the sails of the boat. Here I'm attaching the feathers to the page with some tape. This was so messy, I still have pieces of feather all over my room. Then I colored everything with pencils and chalks. Here's the completed pages. I think they turned out very well. I like them a lot. But my favorite is for sure the sailboat. See you next time with some new pages. Bye!